Hey everybody, welcome back to another Triple Hound video, and after doing a whole bunch of videos making custom skins from the customizable Fallen Heroes zombie skins in the game, we are back to using the Boundless skins for some non-zombie custom skins in the game. And in this video, we are responding to a request to make Marvel's Winter Guard, sort of the Russian version of the Avengers, if you will, a team that is kind of hinted at in the more recent Black Widow movie where David Harbour plays kind of an aging Red Guardian. Other members of the Winter Guard squad that were requested very specifically are Crimson Dynamo, Dark Star, Power Surge, and Sputnik. We really couldn't do a Crimson Dynamo or Power Surge. Those characters are like sort of big, kind of iron-suited or robotic type characters, and we really couldn't make those with the Boundless customizable skins that we had available to us, but we were able to make Red Guardian, who you see in front of you here, as well as Dark Star and Sputnik. And as kind of a bonus skin, we tried to make Red Widow, who's kind of a later addition to the Winter Guard team. Also, there's a couple of different ways to make Sputnik, and we kind of explored two different ways to make Sputnik. So there's kind of a lot of skins in this video, but some of it is just variations of one or two skins. And with that, let's get into how we made the Red Guardian character. Starting with the Mighty Volt skin, we used suit pattern Bionic Forge, hairstyle C, eye mask off, and belt on. The thing with this character is, in more recent years, in part because of the David Harbour version of him, he is sort of known as having a beard, and this is the only customizable skin in the game where you can add a beard to a dude. So this is the guy we used. He's also known as having a cowl over his head, or a half mask. But once you put that half mask on, his beard kind of disappears. If we could have put this half mask on and kept the beard, we would have done the half mask style. But because we can't, we decided to use the mask off version and have the beard sort of out and proud. Primary material is metallic in brick red. We wanted to give him that sort of dark red armor. Secondary material is cloth, and that is black. You could, if you wanted, go white with this, because his character does have a lot of like white straps and stuff on his body, but we decided to go the black route. There's sort of an equal amount of black and white on the kind of around the red armor pieces. So we decided to try to divvy it up this way and give him a secondary color of black and an accessory color of white to try to capture some of that white. No eye effects or eye color, no skin tint, but we did give him a hair tint of platinum just to kind of show him graying a little bit. Again, taking our inspiration from the Black Widow movie where David Harbour plays kind of an older version of him. And here with the sticker, we used cross swords. As you know, really the perfect thing here would be a big white star on his chest. That would be the ideal, but for whatever reason, we don't have a sticker that's just a straight up plain star. And it didn't seem right to give him the Captain America's shield thing. There's a star in the middle of it, but there's a little bit of blue there that doesn't quite work. And, you know, he's kind of known for having a bit of a rivalry with Captain America as sort of the Russian version of Captain America. So we really didn't want to do that. So we gave him the cross swords. We thought kind of captured the idea and added a little bit of white back in. For a back bling, we used the banner shield, which we could then customize with a banner that is a red background and white star, which kind of helps get him that red shield with a white star in the middle of it, which he's sort of known for having, kind of the Russian version of the Captain America shield. Unfortunately, the only actual shield that we can give him in the game for like pickaxe purposes is Captain America's shield. So it's a little bit of an insult to the guy, and I apologize to Red Guardian and Red Guardian fans everywhere, but this is really the only shield we could give him. For a glider, the IO field glider, it looked kind of perfect based on like the straps and the red coloring and such. So we thought this looked actually really good for him. And the ballistics, again, kind of hit the spot for a contrail. Blasted, kind of a red and black wrap kind of worked. And for his emotes, it was mostly just sort of fighting emotes that we so frequently give to these superhero characters. But flex on him, you know, seemed important because he's known as kind of being a big, strong dude. Similarly, bulletproof, and featherweight. So that is how we made a Red Guardian as the first one of our Winter Guard squad, and let's load up the next one. Here we have Dark Star as made with the Joltara skin. I'll kind of start with the preset since I'm already there. She has some sort of a dark energy power, I guess, to her. I don't know the Winter Guard characters as well as I do some other Marvel characters, so I'm kind of shooting from the hip here a little bit. I gave her the Dimensional Gate back bling, the Astral Form pickaxe, the Psy Glider, and Storm's Strike as a contrail. Again, just trying to capture some of this sort of dark energy power she seems to have. Similarly, I gave her Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos, the well-known kind of Raven emote, and jump jets because it appears that she can fly. New Year 2020, which probably brings back bad memories for a lot of people, but works kind of style-wise. And again, using the Joltara skin, we gave her the suit pattern Stalwart, hairstyle A, eye mask on and belt off. She doesn't really have an eye mask on in sort of the pictures I was able to find, but she has like sort of a tiara, I don't know, thing on her head, sort of like how Wonder Woman has something up there on her forehead. And it is black, so I thought I'd try to capture the thought behind that with the black eye mask. Primary material is yellow. There's also a lot of versions of her that use the color white instead. If you'd rather go sort of the white route, by all means, but I decided to go with yellow. Secondary material is cloth, and secondary color is black. This is really pretty close to the way her outfit should look, with the exception of the part around her midsection there that should really be black as well, but there's no way to do that, so this is as close as we could get. Accessory color is black. That makes the piece around her eyes black. No eye effects, although you probably could turn them on if you wanted. And the eye color is yellow. No skin tint, but her hair tint is mustard to try to make her as blonde as possible. She's really seen as having long blonde hair. And there is no character here that has long blonde hair, so we tried the best we could to make a long blonde hair version of this character. And we really don't need a sticker for her. She's another one where you'd probably like to have a star logo on her chest, but there's no way to do that, so the yellow that comes naturally as part of this suit pattern works. So that is our Dark Star. We are now 2 characters into our Winter Guard. Let's move on to the next one. And here is our version of Sputnik. It's not great, but there's a couple of different ways to do Sputnik, and I'll show you both of the ways that we came up with to do this character, and maybe you can decide for yourself which Sputnik you'd rather do. We've seen 2 pretty different looking Sputniks, just kind of Googling the character and looking for different versions of him. There's one that's sort of an older version from the comic books. There's one that sort of appears to be a newer version, and this is kind of the newer version. This would be a lot better if we could make his skin a gray or silver color, but we couldn't. So yeah, this is what we came up with instead. And Sputnik is sort of, the best way I can describe him is the Winter Guard's kind of version of Vision, I guess. He's sort of a robotic character who can control robot stuff and electronics and things. So he's really kind of their version of Vision. To make him, we use suit pattern Victorious, the half mask style, eye mask off and belt off. Primary material is metallic, primary color is platinum. You want him to have sort of silver robotic arms. Secondary material is cloth, secondary color is black. That's to make sort of most of the center of his costume black colored. Accessory color doesn't really matter since you can't see any accessories here. Eye effects off, but eye color brick red. And here's where we kind of got thrown for a loop. We made his skin tint steel blue. He really should be silver. It should be kind of a metal looking face. No hair tint because there's no hair seen anyways. And this is another guy where if we just had access to a star logo, a star on his chest would work just perfectly. We don't, so we kind of picked something that had the right colors and that maybe from a distance you could think is approximately star-shaped. We used the Dualies sticker. I'll jump into the preset for this version of the guy before I show you the other version, because the stained mantle, the kind of the zombie version of the Emoda cape works really well with this guy, because he's kind of seen wearing like a tattered red cape cloak thing, not unlike what Wiccan wears elsewhere in the Marvel Universe. And so this kind of worked. Red on red for this was really sort of perfect for this version of him. The Mark 85 Energy Blade was what we decided to use as a pickaxe. There wasn't really anything that was perfect for him. And since he can control electronics and stuff, we just gave him this jet plane, the one that comes with Guile from the Street Fighter set. Target acquired, same idea, robotics stuff. And Hunter's Arsenal as a wrap. Most of this stuff didn't change much. We added I'll Be Seeing You. Still has jump jets and dragon stance. Again, nothing particularly interesting in the emote world. Another way to do Sputnik would be to do him like this. And this is just an alternative version. There's a version we saw on the internet in which he had, sort of a black and red tunic or something kind of on, where most of his torso was exposed and silver like his face, and he had sort of red straps around it, and this is kind of closer to that. So we basically just added the stalwart suit pattern and the belt to the previous version of him. You could use really any of the male boundless skins for this guy, and then just swapped the colors. We made the primary color black and the secondary color platinum to give him that sort of metal chest, I guess you could say. So this is another way to make Sputnik. Everything else basically remains the same. You take the tattered cape off of him and just give him this instead. Of course, you've got to make the accessory color dark red to give him that red strap that I talked about. But that's another way to make Sputnik. Take it or leave it. And finally, we have 2 ways to make Red Widow as well. So you're really getting 6 for 4, I guess you could say, in this video. And for this, we use Dynamo Dancer. And she's not, really, if you see a lot of versions of Red Widow, you can see her as a character with a primarily white costume, not unlike the Black Widow version that's already in the game. This snowsuit version of Black Widow is pretty damn close to the Red Widow that you see on the cover of some comic books and stuff. And to make a custom version of that, we gave her the Bionic Forge pattern, hairstyle C, eye mask off, and belt on. Primary material cloth, primary color is white. Secondary material is also cloth. The secondary color is platinum, to kind of make it light all around. Accessory color brick red, because she does have some red on her. No eye effects or eye color, no skin tint, but we do give her the red hair tint, the brick red hair tint, I should say, and the no scope sticker. Widow's light back bling, just to kind of, I guess, hammer the point home that she's part of that Widow program. I saw one comic book cover in which she had these like electric sword things, so I gave her the Hand of Lightning. They really just sort of look like she had lightning swords, so that's how I tried to capture that. The Widowmaker glider is kind of an obvious one. Hyperflight, because I don't know, why not? And I did want to add Widow's Pirouette and Daywalker's Kata, some of the more athletic versions of the emotes like evasive maneuvers. And World Dominator was the wrap I chose for her. But there's another way you can make Red Widow, and there's a very distinct other version of Red Widow, or a different costume that she's seen online if you do an image search for Red Widow. I tried that as well. It didn't come out great, but I'll show it to you anyways. Using the Trixie skin, you can capture the sort of red hood. You can kind of see a version of her out there where she's wearing a red hood and an all red outfit. Trouble is, the masks that she wears under the hood in this Trixie skin are all kind of goofy and stupid looking. She does not wear a cat outfit or have big googly eyes in the comic books and such. She just has sort of a dark red mask over her face where you really can't see anything at all other than sort of dark red and maybe lighter eyes. So you're sort of stuck picking between maybe the wild card mask works okay, or the drift mask works, again, sort of okay. Patterns, again, none of these are great, but stripes probably works better than the others. It sort of just makes it look like she maybe has some armor paneling or something, admittedly awkwardly sort of placed around her body. Base color red, pattern color red, accent color red. You just really just want to make her all red. And if this pattern color red could be a little bit darker, that would be better, but we do what we can do. She has sort of a red cloak around her, so we decided to use the Emoticape back bling red on red. And she's seen with kind of a big sword type thing. We could give her the Widow's fangs here as a pickaxe instead to just hammer home the Black Widow connection. But this was the closer to the weapon we saw her carrying in some of the images we looked up. And the rest of this preset is mostly just the same as the previous Red Widow character. Again, this is not a great version of her, but we wanted to try using a second version to see if we can get that red hooded version that we've seen online as well. And that is how we made a couple of characters in the Winter Guard team of Marvel superheroes, sort of Russia's version of the Avengers. And I think Red Guardian came out the best out of all of them. So let's take him into a little bit of solos action. Just kind of see him running around the map and check out his whole suit together. And yeah, then we'll meet back up here in the lobby and do an outro.
Gotcha. Fuck with me.
Well, that was a little bit of in-game action with our custom Red Guardian skin, part of the Winter Guard set that we made here using the customizable boundless skins in the game for the most part anyway. So we had that one tricksy version of Red Widow. But thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to make sure you never miss another one of our videos. Use code TripleHound in the Fortnite item shop and Epic Games Store. Hashtag ad. And check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at TripleHound. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.